Skyline IT Services. Making it simple. Hello everybody, Christopher Shaw here with Skyline IT Services. Today, I'm going to be discussing the SkyVault data protection appliance and the importance of business continuance. Give me 10 minutes of your time today, and I'll show you how you can save your business thousands of dollars from needless downtime. In this presentation, we'll look at business continuity, disaster recovery, and data backups, the cost of business data, recovery point objectives and recovery time objectives. We'll look at tape backups versus disk backups, the cost of data protection, and last, a complete BDR or SkyVault solution for small to medium-sized businesses. So what's the difference between business continuity planning, disaster recovery planning, and backups? Well, business continuity encompasses disaster recovery, backups, and even business succession planning. It provides the strategy and process involved to make sure your company survives the loss of key individuals, data, equipment, or facilities. Disaster recovery typically refers to how companies recover from large-scale disasters, like an earthquake, fire, or flood. The basic building blocks of both is how you back up your data, if your backups are done on-site, off-site, the frequency of your backups, and if you do total backups, incremental backups, and so on. Both business continuity plans and disaster recovery plans determine how a company will keep functioning after a disruptive event until its normal facilities and capabilities are restored. Every business owner or key stakeholder should ask themselves the following questions. Do we have a written business continuity plan? If so, have we fully tested it? If we tested it, did we pass our test? Have we qualified and ranked the business and financial risk of outages to all vital functions? Are we prepared to address the liabilities and fiduciary responsibilities in case of a disaster? Are business continuity plans kept current and updated for business changes? Do we perform backups faithfully and include every server and hard disk? Do we regularly send our backups to a safe off-site archive? Have we standardized on a proven media, drives, software, and automated monitored backup solution? Does business continuity and disaster recovery readiness have the full support of top management in our organization? For many years, tape media was the only choice for backups due to its cost. In recent years, the hard drive cost has caught up with tape media, and now the debate between the two types of media is much more complex. When comparing tape versus disk backup systems, the fundamental question is, what are your restore and recovery objectives? If you're trying to pick the right backup solution for your business, and you cannot survive a day or two without quick access to your data, you need to ask, how quickly can this solution get my critical data back up and running if I suffer a failure? With disk storage, the answer is pretty quick. Unlike tape, which typically stores data in a linear fashion, meaning if you start at the beginning, you have to run through it until you find what you're looking for. Disk storage is more like a mirror, reflecting every aspect of your system at once. All a tape does is store data, whereas the best disk-based software can take a complete image of your OS, your settings, and your applications. With a disk solution, you don't have to search for media. You don't have to search for the applications. It's all right there. As you can see from the matrix, the only advantage tape has over disk is the size. It's lighter and more compact. Other than that, disk is better when it comes to reliability, random access, longer life, price, speed, and rewritability. The value of data varies significantly among industries, the size of company, and even the application within the same type of firm. The key is, how much does downtime cost you? To figure this out, some questions to ask are, what is the cost per hour of lost opportunities? What is the cost per hour of lost productivity? What is the cost of our payroll when people can't do their jobs? Now we'll look at recovery point and recovery time objectives. The recovery point objective, or RPO, is the amount of data that may be lost. If a backup happens every night, then the RPO is 24 hours. Because if you lose data before the next night's backup, you'll have to go all the way back to the previous night. The recovery time objective, or RTO, is the amount of time it takes to perform a recovery. If your business can only be down for 8 hours, then you need a backup and recovery solution that can make the 8-hour RTO. For complete system restores, using a tape-based solution, 8 hours is extremely unlikely, depending on the amount of data. More realistically, you're looking at 16 or more hours. When you are looking at the recovery point and recovery time, there is a big difference between tape and our SkyVault data protection appliance. For backup window, with tape, there is a significant backup window required to complete a full backup. Time lost for access to vital systems. With the SkyVault, there is no backup window. Your critical business systems remain up and running. For the recovery point, with tape, systems are typically backed up every 24 hours. Are you ready to lose a day's worth of work? With the SkyVault, data snapshots take place every 15 minutes. For recovery time, with the tape, there's nothing automatic about restoring with the tape. The process is time-consuming and labor-intensive. With the SkyVault, recovery is as simple as pushing a few buttons or mouse clicks. Systems are restored in less than half an hour. Now let's look at the steps to restoration with a tape backup system. Will your recovery time objective be met? With tape, the estimated recovery time for a server is 16 to 40 hours, leading to costly business downtime. How much does 1 hour of downtime cost you? The first step is to repair the down server or purchase or acquire a new server. If it's a new server, then we must install the OS and all the applications. Then we must find the tape backup that is exactly the same that will work with the new server hardware. Now we must install the exact same tape backup software. At this point, we need to restore all the data using the exact tape chain required if incrementals are being done. Any break in this chain could result in the failure of either data or emails to be lost. If there are any problems with any of these steps, like a bad tape or missing tapes, then the likelihood of successfully recovering any or all of the data is unlikely. When you, as a business owner, look at the cost of protecting your data, the following should be considered. Acquisition cost, or CapEx, is the capital or acquisition cost and is the easiest to calculate and is often the only cost used in comparison, due to the very little work required. However, capital acquisition costs typically represent only 20 to 40% of the true cost of acquiring and operating equipment. Additionally, you should look at the operational cost, or OpEx. In this cost model, at least 4 operational costs should be considered: the human cost to operate the equipment, the day-to-day maintenance cost to operate the equipment, the warranty cost of the equipment, and last, power and cooling costs. In the following matrix is an example of the cost for data protection where a business has 10 servers, a tape backup system, off-site storage for archival tapes, and operational cost. As you can see, once the costs are annualized and broken down monthly, you have an estimated $645 monthly for hardware and software, $440 monthly for tapes and tape storage, and $1,125 in monthly operational cost. That's $2,211 in monthly cost to run a tape backup system for 10 servers. Our SkyVault data protection appliance provides complete protection for Microsoft Windows servers with optional desktop support. A SkyVault appliance is required at each customer location. A SkyVault provides block-level backups, not file-level. It uses incremental, forever methodology for near real-time backups. It also uses Smart Data Transport UDP, not Insecure FTP. You can optionally send backups to the cloud for off-site requirements. All backups are encrypted with 256 AES encryption both on-site and off-site. The SkyVault is a standby server and speedily converts to a virtual server during an outage. The SkyVault allows for seamless daily off-site storage if the cloud option is selected. The cloud data is stored in our highly available, highly secure, and certified data center. Restoration is easy and can be done on-site or remotely by our engineers. The SkyVault provides the capability to perform bare metal restores to dissimilar hardware with minimal downtime. The SkyVault can restore individual files, folders, email messages, and Exchange mailboxes, or an entire server. The SkyVault comes with built-in virtualization software, making it a standby server. This allows a server which has failed to be restored on a SkyVault as a virtual image, giving you a working server in less than 20 minutes. Backup of additional servers can also continue at the same time. With the SkyVault, you can do bare metal restores to dissimilar hardware when new hardware or a spare arrives. The virtual image can be shut down and the latest backup image can be used to perform a bare metal install to new hardware. In the event of a catastrophe, such as a natural disaster or fire, and if the customer selected the cloud option, our engineers will either mount the image in our data center and give the customer a working server with their data, or have the image shuttled back to the customer site for restoration there. And last, very important, for security purposes, all backups are encrypted with 256 AES encryption. Now that you've seen the business case for protecting your business data, and you've seen how the SkyVault can address this, please take a moment to review the following slides for factors to consider when selecting a solution. At the end of this presentation is information about how you can get started with the SkyVault today. It's been my pleasure presenting to you today. Until next time, Christopher Shaw with Skyline IT Services.